Super Bowl Sunday. So what I thought I'd do is do a Q&A and then show you guys how to make some classic Super Bowl foods here.
Cool.
And I have a bag of wings from Walmart, and show you guys kind of like 3 things, right? Number 1, how to brine it, how to cook it, and then how to prepare some of the sauces. So these are 3 of my favorite wing sauces. And this orangey one is mango habanero. And you know, what do you call, like gamey Peruvians say, melt the wax of your ears. So this one is the mango habanero. Looks like a mango smoothie, but you know, absolutely killer. And I put 3 habaneros in there, so that's gonna be pretty fun with some garlic. And then show you guys how to make something like looks like this. Have you guys heard of KFC, right? KFC stands for Korean Fried Chicken.
Oh yes,
And KFC is absolutely amazing. It's got this like a spicy red sauce that's made up of this product here. And this is a Korean red bean paste. So for those of you who ever had miso, which is Japanese, the Chinese and the Koreans also make a very similar fermented soybean product. And in the Korean culture, they make it with the red pepper paste, with the fermented tofu, and it's absolutely amazing. And of course, it's because it's got umami. Umami means it's got hydrolyzed soy protein. It's also got which is MSG, right? So I'm going to talk to you guys through how to make this gochujang KFC style sauce.
Once you make it, it's going to be very addictive.
Yeah, you can't stop eating because your mouth is on fire, right? So you gotta like keep eating. And you know, till the taste buds go completely numb. The other thing I really like when I have wings is this thing called lemon pepper, Parmesan lemon pepper. So we should kind of talk to you guys through how you make a Parmesan lemon pepper seasoning from scratch. And my lemons have been dropping in my garden, so I have a lot of lemons. So what do you do when life gives you lemons? You make lemon zest, and I'm gonna talk to you guys through how to do that. And then a little bit of Parmesan to kind of melt the cheese. And let's see, the grilling part is ready, I think. Let me close it, get it warm. Take a look at so to make it easy on myself, I just threw it in the pellet cooker. Well, we're at 325. I'll talk to you guys through how we brine it. Give it a squirt here. So keep it nice and moist.
Harry, do you ever spray that on your ribs, or do you just spray water on your ribs?
I spray this product also. Okay. Yeah, you can spray it pretty much. You can spray it on your ribs. It's fine.
Okay.
Move it around here. A little harder on this side here. So for those of you who have pellet grills, having a half-boiled pan at the bottom helps a lot. I don't like to clean my pits, as you can tell, so using a pan to catch the drippings, always very helpful. 167, 141, 200. Some of these are done. Let me take it off. So after they're done, I like to give them a little char.
So what temperature do you have the wings at today?
325.
No, the internal temperature.
Oh, today we're going about 170.
Okay.
170 or so. Yeah, it depends. You know, I'm gonna grill it also. So you want to wings usually I cook harder. There's a lot of fat, so you want to render the fat also. All right, got a few out.
You thaw your wings first?
I'm sorry?
You thaw the wings first, or you just take them right out of the freezer and put them on?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question. That's a good segue on what we do here. So my method for cooking wings is pretty simple. What I do is I buy a bag of wings like this, and I actually use the bag to brine the wings. So I'll tell you kind of what we do. I use a white wine salt brine. And what I do is I take 8 cups of water and I put in half cup of salt, half cup of sugar. And it's pretty simple. So just basically water, salt, and sugar. So 8 cups to half cup of regular, cheap table salt, and then a half cup of sugar. That salinity, right, which is about 1.5 times the ocean, that will give you an overnight brine. So for 4 pounds, I don't even use a bag. I save the bag. So you can see I left the liquid here. I didn't throw it away to kind of give you guys an idea how it is done. And then whenever I have any like old wine, like in the fridge, like white wine, I'll throw the white wine in there, and kind of do a wine brine for the wings. And this method of using 8 cups with half cup of salt, half cup of sugar works for pretty much any poultry. You can do turkey, you can do Cornish hens, you can do quail, you can do any kind of drumsticks or chicken, whole chicken, and brine it. So I let this sit overnight, and we smoke it in the pit about 325, and then I set up the kettle, so we can do some grilling. We're going to char it up a little bit, show you guys how we char, get a little bit of color on the chicken itself. So pretty straightforward cooking wings. So it's kind of like smoke / grilled. That's kind of how I like to cook my wings.
You pour the brine straight into a frozen bag and let it thaw and marinate as well. Thaw.
Yeah. I again, right? You know me, right? I'm very cost efficient and process efficient, right? Cheap and lazy. So I basically use the same bag it came in, and the bag is pretty airtight. You got to make sure you check the bag for leaks first, and then you notice how I put it in a little Pyrex bowl, so that if it leaks, I don't make a huge mess in my refrigerator. Because once the chicken thaws, right, sometimes the chicken has sharp parts, and then the chicken parts will poke a hole in the bag. But the ones from Walmart are pretty good. So for $10, you get 4 pounds of wings. That's a lot of wings. I would say that's probably like what, something like 20 whole wings for $10. So if you are feeding your poker buddies on Super Bowl, well, you can now because of COVID. But in a normal year, you can get a lot of mileage from $10 worth of wings. And you can buy the Tyson brand, but just as a tip, the Tyson brand is $15, and the Walmart brand is $10. So pick your poison, because the chicken is pretty generic. I haven't found the chicken from Sam's to be bad at all. This one is frozen, so it's pretty good.
The purge water after you take the chicken out, what do you just pour it straight down the drain at all, or?
Yeah, I pour it carefully down the middle of the sink and then throw away the bag. Try not to splash don't pour the liquid into the into the sink. Just pour it into the drain, and get rid of it, because it's toxic. I always told you guys, practice some good food safety in your kitchen. So that's the chicken. So not rocket science. You throw it in the pit, throw it in the grill, cook it until it's done, and then we're gonna show you guys how we grill it a little bit. I just want to kind of quickly cover some of the items we're gonna make here. So for those of you who never made your own lemon pepper dressing, you can make it. You can buy, of course, you can buy lemon pepper, but making it yourself is a heck a lot more fun. Like, I have a lot of lemons from my yard, so all you need to do is use a microplane, and then you basically shave off the zest like that. And this is a good way to use a full lemon, because a lot of times we just use the lemon, right? And then we discard the rind and the peel. So this way, when you do this rind here is extremely flavorful. So I use it, for example, like this rind here, right? The fresh one, I can save it to use it to cook the trout. And when you put lemon zest at the end, it gives food just a fantastic flavor. And see, like this. So to make the lemon pepper dressing, all you need to do is take this rind, put it on a parchment paper like this, and then just put it in your oven and dehydrate it for about maybe 20-30 minutes, and then you get a kind of dried lemon zest. And all you need to do is mix it with some of these ingredients. And I'm gonna post the recipe later, but I just want to kind of tell you what is in a lemon pepper seasoning. So for those of you who want to make your own, I know you can buy a lemon pepper, but I think it's more fun to make your own, because you know that you made it with the lemons that you got. So you just have salt, right, and pepper, and that's kind of like the first 2 ingredients, S and P. And you add your lemon zest, and it has some granulated garlic and some granulated onion, and then we add a little bit of turmeric for color. So that's how you make your own version of a lemon pepper. And this will be good for, in the freezer 2 years, in the refrigerator at least a month. So you can keep this kind of dehydrated, and it's really super tasty. I've used it on like omelets. I've used it on like fried rice. So it's really, really good. It gives kind of nice citrus flavor. And if you want to supercharge the flavor, you just get some citric acid. So citric acid is like a white powder. It's like a fruit acid that you can buy from like a Mexican market. They have it. You can also sometimes find it in Walmart. It's a citric acid. It's very, very inexpensive. And citric acid is the acid from like limes and oranges. And it's a white powder. You add a little bit of that. That will allow you to get a lot of flavor. Now, the trick I want to show you is that this actually works really well on ribs. So if you never had lemon pepper ribs, right? Yeah, absolutely amazing. So I do lemon pepper ribs that is basically grilled like a churrascaria style, like Argentinian churrascaria. So I cut my ribs into individual bones, and I put some of this lemon pepper seasoning on it. It's super duper good. You know, in fact, I was actually thinking of putting out a rub that is kind of like this kind of a rub that has basically like a lemon zest and citric acid as the main base. So it's kind of like a tart kind of rub. This is very, very similar to, you guys heard about like adobo rub, right? Used to like Hispanic Mexican cooking. This it is also the basis of an adobo rub. Adobo rub has a little bit of turmeric, garlic powder, sometimes just a touch of cumin also. And then when you add this orange peel, dehydrated orange peel, it gives it a beautiful orangey color. So that's kind of how you make this part here.
Harry, what temperature do you dehydrate the lemon zest in?
A low, if you have a dehydrator, even better. I don't have one. My oven, I set at 225. You know, like a low and slow brisket. Yeah, I call it brisket temperature. 225 is good. 200 is good. And then you really want to put it on parchment paper. Like
make it easier to clean.
This, and then you want to watch it because as the zest dries out, right? You want to make sure that you don't burn it because it burns quite easily. So 225-ish is good. I say ish because some people, the ovens are not consistent in temperature. Some ovens are hotter, some ovens are cooler. So this will be something we're going to toss on, and then we're going to do a Parmesan mix. So we're going to do a Parmesan lemon pepper mix on the chicken wings. Great. All right. Moving on to the second one. Show you guys what we do for the second one. As I mentioned here, we want to make a mango habanero. So mango habanero is a fruity kind of a sauce. And as you probably are aware, this is very spicy, right? So I find that when I make it, I make a batch of it, and I don't buy mango because it's too much TMW, too much trouble. So you go to Walmart and you buy one of these things from Walmart, and it's already cut up chunks. And you put up chunks into a food processor. I use the Magic Bullet, and you want to wash and seed a few of these. Now, the ratio for this is about 3-to-1, right? So one 10-ounce package of Walmart mango chunks. I think that 3 is about all I can take. Some people can put the whole bag in there. Good for you. But 2 or 3 is plenty. Okay. Yes. Kind of melt the wax in your ear, right? So you can seed it if you like, or you can have it whole. So for those of you who've never seen a habanero before, luckily I'm wearing gloves. So please don't touch this with your bare hands, right? And never use the bathroom after you are playing around with habanero, because certain parts of your body parts are going to get burned really badly, right? And don't ask me how I know, because the oil on this is very, very strong, and you can get even a little bit on your finger. Your finger will burn, and anything you touch with those contaminated fingers, right, will result in pain. So this is quite spicy. So for people who are chili hates, this is something that is really kind of set your endorphins going. And the mix of the amount of habanero is really up to you. So for me, 3-to-1 is plenty. So some people, I have some friends who put the whole bag in. I mean, they put like 12 of this in there. So like it's impossible to eat. Just standing around it, right? Kind of makes you feel spicy. So the way we do it is we use a technique, right, which I have taught you guys before. I'll just recap it. It's called making a gastrique. So a gastrique is a French term for a mother sauce. A mother sauce that goes back about 7,000 years is gastrique, because gastrique was one of the first sauces Homo sapiens, which is us, made, and it's made out of wine that has gone bad. So wine that has gone bad becomes something called vinegar. So once you mix a vinegar and a sweet solution, in the old days, they used to make it out of vinegar and honey, right? So I'm going to simulate that by showing you guys. I have a little bit of sugar here. Pour a little bit of sugar, and then you add enough of the vinegar to melt the sugar. So maybe about 1-to-1 ratio-ish. and you have what we call, and the gastrique is the basis of many sauces, including barbecue sauce. So if you take this gastrique and you add ketchup, you will have barbecue sauce. If you take this gastrique and then you add tomato sauce, you will have the Panda Express orange chicken sauce. If you take this gastrique and then you add mayonnaise, you will get coleslaw dressing. Okay, so not a rocket science. This is one of the basic building blocks of making sauces. If you guys are interested in sauces, I mean, I can do a whole module just on sauces. So with this type of a gastrique, which is a sweet and sour solution, you can pretty much make anything. So if you take this and then you add it to habanero and you add it to mango, and then you add a little bit of garlic, and then you add a little bit of honey, you're gonna end up with a mango habanero sauce. And I'll post the specific portions after I post the recording of this session here. So this one is very thick, and if you refrigerate it, this lasts a long time because I think the habanero kills everything in it. So any bacteria in there can't make it. Just too spicy. So let me go check my chicken now. Before I go to the next sauce, we did the gochujang sauce here. All right. 172. We have a big batch of wings here. We're going to show you guys how we grill them. I covered the lemon pepper. I covered the mango habanero. Let me show you guys how to make KFC. So KFC is Korean fried chicken sauce, and it's very common. So again, same idea here. You have the gastrique to start. That's how you always start. Once you have the gastrique, then you add any aromatics you want. Right? In this case, you can add some ground up garlic. I like garlic in my gochujang sauce. You have a little bit of what we call chili flakes in here. Chili flakes. And then the main flavor component of this gochujang sauce or the KFC sauce is this product here, which is the fermented miso paste. I'll kind of show you how it looks like here. Those you've never seen this, you can find this in any Korean market. It's available also like in a toothpaste type tube that you squeeze. It's available like in a mayonnaise type squeeze container, but it looks like this. So this is a beautiful fermented red bean paste. This is absolutely delicious. And if you ever had any kimchi or gone to a Korean restaurant, a lot of the food in Korean culture is flavored by gochujang. And it's a sweet fermented soybean paste. Very similar to Japanese miso. This is just the Korean version. The Chinese have their own version of fermented bean paste. And guys, soybeans comes in different colors. This one is in red because it makes it pepper. You also have white soybeans. You also have black soybeans. You have brown soybeans. You have green soybeans. So soybeans are a very versatile food used by many cultures in the world. And then soy is used to feed animals. And then we eat animals. So does that make us vegetarian, I guess, right? So we eat the animals that eat the vegetables. So this gochujang sauce is the flavor component that goes into the gastrique here that makes it look like this. And like the habanero sauce here and this one here, I cook it on a stove in a non-stick saucepan. I simmer for about 10-15 minutes to get the nice flavor. So this thing is kind of spicy, sweet, and salty, and it really has a great flavor. Same with the mango habanero. That one is like super hot. I tried this last night, and I think that the 3 peppers was too hot. I think that at the end of the day, I'm a 1.5 pepper guy. This brand I bought here from Mexico. I don't know if you guys can see this here. Product of Mexico. This is really potent stuff. If any of you who live in LA need habaneros, come get it from me. Don't go spend $3 buying this because I cannot. This is I cannot use this. This is like, I don't know. They gave me 20 pieces here. So that's too much. So this is 3, right? 3 in here, and I think this is already too much. Because as I get older, I find that the spiciness doesn't sit well in my body anymore. When I was a young lad, I could probably eat this, like a fruit. But nowadays, yeah, the aftermath is just too much to bear.
Let's say you make it and it's too spicy. How do you calm it down? Like, do you just add more mangoes to it?
Yeah, you buy a second bag of mangoes, and you puree the mango into the thing. Yeah, because the idea is that I did not know it was so hot, right? But 3 was a killer. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this sauce here. Maybe feed it to coworkers, saying, "Hey, guess what I have for you? Take it to work." But it's actually delicious. I mean, it's one of those things, right? When you bite into the wing and then you coat it with the sauce, and then it makes you want to eat more and more and more. So that's the part that I think is fun about having spiciness, because I guess we all have that endorphin rush. It's kind of like a drug, right? You just want more of it until your mouth goes numb and your eyes start to tear. And we call that kind of a good eating experience. So the gastric is used for basically making many kinds of sauces. So now that you know this, you can make your own chimichurri. You can make your own even pesto. You can add a little bit of oil, because this is the basis of salad dressing. So with the gastric, if you add a little bit of like a mayo, you can make a white Alabama sauce. Have you guys heard white Alabama sauce before?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one they coat on chicken. So the white Alabama sauce is using the same process, the gastric followed by a third ingredient. So in my, if you guys want to, I'll teach you guys a sauce module. Essentially what you do is, once you take this gastric and you add a third ingredient, you can create many different kinds of sauces. You can make like a Tennessee Red, you can make it like a Carolina. If I add mustard and honey to this, I'm gonna make honey mustard sauce. So it's not really hard to make different sauces from around the world. Every culture in the world uses essentially the same technique. There's some product here that's acid. There's some product that provides the sweetness. The sweetness can be palm sugar. The sweetness, can come from beets. The sweetness can come from sugarcane. The sweetness can come from honey. Pretty much any type of a sweet product will work to allow you to create kind of a modular components of flavor, and allows you to create, everything from a simple habanero all the way to a KFC, Korean fried chicken.
How often you change out the pans on this grill?
After every cook, I buy these half pans here from Restaurant Depot. They're really cheap. I mean, like a whole box of 100 pans, right? It's only a few bucks, So I mean, you know me, right? I'm too lazy to clean, so I can cook for really a long time. You see here, I can really cook a long time, because all I do is I just change the pans. I just clean the grates and change the pan. Clean the grates and change the pan. So that way, my pellet cooker is like an oven, and it gives a nice smoke also.
Well, once you ignite the oil, it should do a good job already, though.
It's absolutely amazing. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Wow.
I don't know if the camera can see that. That's some killer wings, man.
So going to do this next Sunday.
That is my favorite toy. If I had to be buried, right, when I go, I want my drill gun buried with me. I'm gonna put that in my will. When I go down to, wherever I'm gonna end up, I'm gonna have my grill gun with me. So this is how you get a char on it. So I think that the char is nice because you kind of get a little bit of that flavor. Look at that, how beautiful that is. It's like food porn right there, man. Okay, so now we have enough of char.
Yeah.
Set it aside here. So now we have the sauce and we have the chicken, right? So let me show you what we do here. So we take this thing here, just put some wings on it. So I'm gonna toss the first one first using the Parmesan. A little bit of Parmesan on it. Toss it. A little bit of the lemon pepper that we made. A little bit more. And a little bit of Parmesan. Okay, so the first wing is called the Parmesan lemon pepper wings. All right, let's do the second one now. It's gonna be crazy hot. So when you do this, wear gloves because this is really spicy. Don't rub your face, don't rub your nose, please. Okay, not a good idea. Here. Okay, second one. And let's do the third one here. And the third one will be the Korean style KFC sauce here. And just a little bit of toasted sesame seeds. Super duper delish. So the gochujang, it's one of my favorite ways to create a sauce because the gochujang, it's kind of like a cross between a Thai sweet chili sauce and a Japanese miso. Absolutely great flavor. KFC, habanero, Parmesan, lemon pepper. So 3 kinds of wings. Not that hard to do. And you can see some of the ingredients here. Not a lot of prep. You can do this ahead of time, obviously. You can make this ahead of time, obviously. And then you can do this like a week before. So no worries. So no stress. How easy it is to just buy a bag, throw the marinade in there, let it sit overnight, throw it on a pit. 45, 50 minutes later, if you like, buy the grill gun. I highly recommend it. It is the most fun toy I have. Here's the 3 different kinds of wings. The key is I didn't put any rub on it because the flavor already came from the wine brine overnight. So this is already super tasty. I'm gonna take a bite here. Super juicy, super moist. You know, you're right. It doesn't really need any sauce. Just by itself, that smoke, that char over the charcoal fire. All right, guys. Catch you guys in the next
Thank
session.
you, Harry.
Right, take
Take
care.
care.
Bye.
Thank you, Harry.
Okay. Bye.